Since announcing that I was going to fly around the world, I've been busily working on a list of all the things that I need to do between now and the date when I set off later in the year. And if you're like me, when you're planning a big project, you probably have a to-do list, but that to-do list can sometimes just be really long. My list of things that I need to do for this round the world adventure seems to grow faster than I can actually knock items off it. I keep thinking of new questions. Do I need a visa for Japan? What happens if I get a flat tire on the runway? What emergency gear do I need? Where can I park the plane in Greece? How much cash am I going to get through Russia? What's going to happen to my fridge? What maps do I need to take? Do you think I should take the cat? So now my list keeps growing. I keep worrying that I physically won't be able to complete everything I need to complete before it's too late. So I wanted to make this video to show you how I'm approaching a big project like this, but also to help answer the question, are you ever really ready? Now I want to recreate this theory I have on life with the help of 3 assistants. I think that's Professor McGonagall, Hermione Granger, and, well, I couldn't find Harry, so in life you have a supply of money, time, and energy. Energy. But throughout your life, the balance of these 3 things changes. So when you're young, you have a lot of energy, a lot of time, but not a lot of money. When you're in the middle stages of your life, then you have a bit more money, still got lots of energy, but not as much time as you used to have. And then when you get older, you got plenty of money, plenty of time on your hands, but you're old, so you don't have as much energy. Also starting to rain. Yep, starting to rain. Hang on, come on guys. What do you call a pilot who doesn't check the weather before he comes out for a day filming? You call him Steph, that's what you call him. Going to try and shelter under some of these bridges until the worst passes. Now, contrary to what the comment section on my YouTube channel generally says, YouTubers do not have unlimited access to money, time, and energy. No one in life has unlimited access to all 3 of those things. And if you are taking on a big project like flying around the world or whatever your big projects are that you're working on, it can be tempting to wait until all 3 of those things are at their max. And then you find yourself just putting things off and putting things off, and next year comes around and you're still not doing it, and then you realise to yourself, well, when is the best time to do it? When am I actually going to be ready to take on this project? No, it's still raining. And now tell me if this is the case for you as well, but I'm finding as I get older in life, one of those 3 things I'm getting really paranoid about, and that one is time, because to some extent you can control energy in life, to some extent you can control money in life as well, but to no extent whatsoever can you control time. And I think that's starting to dawn on me now as I'm getting closer to flying around the world, as my to-do list keeps getting longer. I'm starting to think, I don't have enough time, so I'm actually really ready to do this. Literally just rode that tram 1 stop just to get that shot, but you know, the Melbourne trams are pretty cool. This Media House here in the heart of Melbourne. It's the home of The Age, our local newspaper, but also 3AW, the talk radio station, where I was interviewed last week by the host Craig Willis, and he asked me the question that I've been trying to answer in this video. He said to me, do I really think that I am ready to fly around the world?
I did say when you were out doing something else that if you don't do it now, you probably never will.
I have the time and I have the resources. I have a wife who gave me a thumbs up to do that, which everybody saw and witnessed. Yes, no, that's fine, Craig, she did. and I'm in the position now where you're absolutely right. If I don't do it now, if I wait until I'm ready, I'll be waiting the rest of my life. Yeah. But I feel I'm as ready as I can be right now, and why not? Why not indeed? The thing I've come to realise is that I'm never going to have enough time to pull off this project. I'm never going to finish every single thing on my to-do list. And let's be honest, I'm never going to have enough money to do it either, because I'm going to be paying this trip off for years to come based on the budget that I currently have at the moment. Even if I'm making videos on YouTube, even if I get sponsorship for the trip. It's our second biggest stadium here in Melbourne. This used to be called Etihad Stadium. They've changed it to Marvel. They've got like Captain America stuff in the shop inside. You can buy Thor. If you like that kind of thing. I think I preferred... Might be time to go inside actually. I was going to do one more piece here, but I think I might head inside because of this next cell that's coming through. Probably not a good idea to be standing out in the middle of a wide open space holding a metal object in the sky. But talking of Thor, that's the rain on the roof. This might be one of those later that day moments. Formula One circuit's coming on nicely. This is Albert Park here right in the middle of Melbourne. This is where they hold the Australian Grand Prix every year. First Grand Prix of the season, and it's only 2 months away. To help me answer the question then, am I ready? I've actually come to realise, and through all my training in aviation, which has really helped, is that you're never really ready. In fact, the word ready is a really interesting one. Now, in aviation, we use the word ready in this situation.
Tower, Echo Yankee Zulu is ready, holding point Alpha 2, upwind departure, Albert Park Lake.
That's when you're lined up on the runway and you're telling the tower that you are prepared to take that aircraft off. You feel that you've done everything you can in your power to answer every question you need to plan everything that you can, to start moving that aircraft forwards and taking it off. That's what ready means in aviation, and I've got to get better at realising that's what ready actually means in any project and anything you do in life. There is no ready, there's only, I feel like I've done everything I can now to successfully take this aircraft, to move it forwards and to go somewhere. There are of course some big things on the to-do list that you do have to do before you set off on a project, and for me, before I set off around the world, things like the fuel tank. We're trying to fit a 66-gallon fuel tank on the back seat. We're having a few issues from the regulation side, we're having a few issues from the engineering order side. I'll do a video on that, so I'll fill you in with all the details in due course, but of course I need that before I go. A visa through Russia, that is something that I need to have in place before I set off. And again, I'll do a video on that on the channel soon, because it's an interesting process, let me just say that. But these are some of the things that I'll need. These are the showstopper items, the priority one items that you have to have done. It's all the little things, the things that you could almost use as an excuse for not doing something just because you haven't solved every single problem. If you dwell on those little things too much, invariably you're just never going to get there. There's something in project management called the cone of uncertainty, in that when you start off on a project, you're at the base of the cone. So many things are unknown. There are so many questions that you don't have the answers to. And as you go through the project, those questions get answered, you know more and more, until you're right up the top of the cone when the project is finished and you've answered every single question. You know everything about the project, but that's because it's finished. You're looking backwards, and that's what can hold you back, is trying to answer every single question before you set off, trying to say, well, I can't go because I'm not ready yet. Stop trying to be ready. Hello. How are you? Yeah, me too. So whatever project you're working on, don't worry about having the most amount of time, the most amount of money, and the most amount of energy, because you'll never have those three things as high as you ever want them to be. Don't worry about thinking, am I 100% ready? Just prepare as much as you can, answer as many questions as you can, and be prepared to troubleshoot and solve some problems as you go along the way. That's where I want to be on June the 29th, not with a tick next to everything in my to-do list. Just knowing that I've done everything I can to get myself to the point where, yeah, I feel ready to start moving that plane forwards, and I feel ready to start challenging myself and flying around the world. beautiful afternoon now here in Melbourne. Okay, thank you for watching. Do click on that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. It does mean a lot to me to see the channel grow. Give us a like if you enjoyed that. Otherwise, thanks as always for watching.